allegedly raped 11 women.
The Japanese Bill Cosby. Cut that out. They could do anything.
What do you guys want to see from like the new Spider-Man film? Since they're obviously gonna be tied into the universe.
I want to see.
I heard they're gonna go back to high school. It's gonna be a lot of high school drama.
Well,
They-
if they go
Ultimate
back to
Spider-Man.
high school, yeah, I want to see Ultimate Spider-Man. I want to see the Green Goblin as a fucking
Yeah, the
Green
big
Goblin.
tanky Green Goblin.
Yeah.
As in like Hulk, but not like Hulk, but I'm on
Yeah.
fire.
But not.
Imagine him
Steroidy
facing off
Green
against the Hulk.
Goblin.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
Yeah, and also like that's so much more pants-shittingly terrifying than like
Yes.
Yeah.
the Power Rangers villain we got in the first trilogy. Or I know you liked him, but I thought that Dane DeHaan was fucking wasted as the Green Goblin. Like they just made
He
him
was.
so
They
terrible.
made him a rehash of the extreme snowboarder.
Yeah, like they made him like
New
the
Goblin.
original, except also gave him herpes or something. Like he just looks stupid.
Yeah, and he's like, oh, you got the infection, and he's like, it doesn't make. It's like, oh, we'll make the goblin disease.
What they gotta do, I want them to keep away from the Green Goblin for a little while, just because he's been in both
He's
trilogies.
had
Like,
twice. He's had two
Yeah.
goes.
The Green Goblin to Spider-Man is like the Joker to Batman. He's like the villain that makes Spider-Man. You know, when you think Spider-Man, you think Green Goblin.
Yep.
yeah, and like
Someone who doesn't read the comics that much, that's all I think of.
Yeah.
And-
Well,
I don't
you're
comics
right.
at all.
That's exactly what Green Goblin is that he is the Joker to Spider-Man because he, like you said, kind of creates every bad thing that happens to Peter.
Yeah.
and it's
But
not,
if they're going high school, who else can they really be for like one of his first villains?
oh, you can have so many.
Like,
like-
what about Shocker?
Yeah, well, I think that
But does anybody want Shocker?
I want
Shocker
Shocker.
works better as muscle
Shocker.
for another villain. Like, don't have him be the main guy.
No, but like, say for example, like we had like Black Cat, Shocker, and I don't know,
They tried to bring
Cra-
Black
Cra-
Cat into
Craven.
I feel like
Craven?
Cool.
I feel like if you're gonna have multiple villains, you need to have them like complement each other. Like maybe you have like someone like Kingpin or Tombstone who's like a mob head, and have him have like, hey yo,
Hammerhead.
Shocker, go break my Spider-Man friend's legs for me. So
Yeah.
like,
But this is like the first Spider-Man from Marvel. Like, you think they're really not going to put someone major?
No, they are like 90% sure that they're gonna go. All right, we'll make it predictable. We'll put in Green Goblin, and we'll hint to Doctor Octavius.
Dr.
Didn't we do
Octavius has kind of like
Didn't we do
eclipsed
that
him.
before? Yeah.
Uh,
So. Yeah, no, I agree.
Legit.
I don't think that they have to not use the main people to make it interesting. I just think they have to put a new twist on it. And
Yeah.
Green Goblin just hasn't been done right on screen.
No, he hasn't. But here's the interesting thing to consider. Sorry to cut you off, but if you think
Hmm.
about it, the MCU, it took Captain America, Iron Man, Thor, these sort of second fiddles to Spider-Man, at least before that point, before 2008 in films, and it made them, massive. It made them like mainstream and accessible. I mean, everyone loves like Iron Man now, whereas before it's like, oh, Iron Man, yeah, he's okay. They can do that treatment to the villains of Spider-Man, and they could.
Oh, I'm sorry. Continue.
They could make like the villains of like some of like the B-list or C-list villains of Spider-Man. They could make them fan favorites, They could say,
Absolutely.
yeah, like they could say, well, Green Goblin's fantastic, and so is Craven and a few of the others. But we could take some relatively unknown ones. We could maybe like have like a movie with I don't know, like an early stage of Carnage, and we could make Carnage and
Easy.
yeah, he would be fairly easy, but we can have like pre Carnage, like the serial killer, and we could have that followed up, as well as having a C-list or B-list Spider-Man villain. We can make them like the showrunner. We can make them like a really integral part to the film.
But they tried that with the Lizard.
The
Lizard-
tried poorly. Like
The lizard, he wasn't like as B-list or C-list as people thought. I mean.
He's pretty C-list.
They,
I mean,
they built him up
not a
throughout
great
the entire
character.
Spider-Man trilogy before.
Yeah,
Yeah, they
he's.
did.
You know what they should do? I feel like if they're going to introduce the Green Goblin or the Lizard again, and I think they should introduce them as their civilian characters in the first films, and then build them up, because
Yeah.
Peter has no father figures, and Kurt Connors and Norman Osborn are like a replacement for Uncle Ben to him at points in the comics. I came up to you. I'm the executive producer of the entire Spider-Man franchise. I'm like, James, Spider-Man's in Marvel. He's a fucking 16-year-old kid. He's just growing hair on his balls. What are you gonna do with my character? Tell me
Well,
what
I think the
Excelsior.
coolest idea right now for Spider-Man is, like you said, Green Goblin's been done, and I really would love a second one. I want another movie with Green Goblin and it really done properly. But the
One
villain
day.
I choose, and because I feel like it's just such a good opportunity, especially because Spider-Man is super acrobatic. He's flying in the air doing these cool moves. Why don't we put Vulture in there? One of the scariest
Adrian.
fuckers when he's done right. He's an older villain, and it would be cool to see fights in the air. We've never seen that in the movies, with the exception of Electro, which was like the best fight scene in the movie.
Yeah.
I want to see more of that. I want to see Spider-Man in midair doing those flips and turns and jumping over shit in slow motion while the Vulture's, trying to claw his eyes out.
What would you want to see from like his arc as a character though? Like, where would you want to see him from like first film, second film, third film? Like, would you want to see him just in high school the entire time? Or would you like...
I don't mind the high school scene. I think the high school scene's great. It worked in Ultimate Spider-Man. People are like, oh, he's going to be all about relationships. Well, yeah, but that's Peter in general, whether he's young or old.
Yeah.
And school adds an extra layer of trying to hide his identity, which is always interesting.
Yeah.
And he's more relatable to people getting into comics or teenagers.
And on top of that, like, every single fucking Marvel hero...
is older.
Yeah, they're all 30, 40. They all have PTSD. And they're all, like, seasoned veterans. Like, I like seeing adult Peter, and we haven't seen one, like, really with their shit together in the movies. But, like, that'd be boring as fuck, just seeing another responsible, like, seasoned veteran. I'd rather see, like, oh, boy, Tony Stark, I love you.